So, Star Wars gaming, that was originally the plan. Your boy was going to sit down, have a KOTOR fanboy festival up in this building. It was going to be a great time talking about what's happened with EA Star Wars and how we're seeing a separation there. But breaking news happened because CD Projekt Red just decided to exist today of all days. And now they've come out with a 5-minute video with a level of accountability, not transparency, because there's some stuff that I got to talk about in this video, but a level of accountability that we really haven't seen ever. I don't think I've ever seen a video of a co-owner of a company stepping out on the camera for 5 minutes going, we screwed up so bad, I've got to do this, pretty much. Like, we've never seen this before in gaming. So it's quite shocking. There is a whole website dedicated to this called cyberpunk.net/our commitment. So that's there if you want to read the Q&A version. We're going to be going over the 5-minute video version. I'll have it linked down below if you want to watch it for yourself. I do suggest you do that. I picked out the major numerous quotes throughout this video here, and there is some immediate contradictions that happen within this video, but I want to start off by being the nice guy, the good cop here, okay, because there is a level of accountability here. In the first minute, Marcin Nowinski comes out and says, at the end of the day, him and his board of directors have the final call on this game. They decide when it gets shipped, and they made the decision to ship this game. He said, do not blame the developers. They're talented. They worked hard. It is on them. And it's good that they front-loaded the video with that, because it is something that will always stick with this game, that they admitted the board of directors truly are the ones who worked over Cyberpunk 2077, rushing it out well before it was ready. So that's the good part, right? They took accountability. That's what I like to see personally, because now it's about you've acknowledged your mistake. How do you respond to it? It's how every person on this planet grows. You've made a mistake. How do you grow from this? So I'm curious to see what CD Projekt Red is going to do, how big these updates are going to be. They have a whole roadmap that they shared in this video, which we'll be going over later on. But there's some stuff in between then and now that I want to get into. So let's talk about a little bit of what I think is the bullshit. Okay, so in this video, they say that they had to constantly improve the in-game streaming systems, which are the systems that feed what you see on screen, which consistently challenged them as developers, but their testing had shown that they had not experienced the issues we had while playing. Remember this. They are saying that the things that you saw on screen, I saw during my review period, and we've all seen, they were not experiencing, okay? Remember what they said, because a minute later, Marcin completely contradicts that. So let's keep going through the major bullet points here. They genuinely believed that they were going to deliver this game. They actually said, like, we were going to get this game out and it was going to be functioning fine day one. Once again, another thing that will be contradicted when you see the roadmap that they have laid out. They weren't close. They weren't close at all. So I don't know what they mean by they genuinely believed that they were going to deliver day one, what kind of reach or grab or fairy tale they were believing in, because it's clear as day now when you look at this roadmap. Just look at it now. They weren't close. They were not remotely close. Okay, look where that next-gen update's sitting. They were far off. So they were leaning heavily now, we can see, on the last-gen versions, PS4, Xbox One, and we already know how that went. So they're saying they did not experience the issues that we had. But then, later on, they talk about review keys. The first review keys went out on PC in the first days of December. This is true. I got my review key December 1st. So this is 100% true. They're not lying about that. They said that they worked to the very day on a last moment patch so that console review keys would end up going out on the 8th, which they claim was later than they expected. Okay, so here's the main contradiction of, I think, the entire video. If you're going to say that we played Cyberpunk extensively, we tested it extensively, and we didn't see the problems you had, but then you're going to hold off the console version for as long as humanly possible until a patch is ready, then you were seeing issues that needed to be fixed. More than likely, issues that most of us out here playing the game were experiencing. So what exactly do they mean by we weren't experiencing them, but then you were patching something and you waited till the last moment and put the blinders on the consumers to patch it? Now, they do say that the PC review did better, which is true. I reviewed it on PC, and I still have no shame in saying I really like the game. I had a good time with it. And in my review period, I noted those bugs, those glitches, and they were awful. I've had extended conversations about various aspects of the game from a mechanical level to its storytelling, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, I really like what they made here. So it is true that I think a lot of people in the PC realm have enjoyed this game, and they cite in this video that that's because they tried to make this epic, they used the word epic looking game on PC. It got big and broad and tried to condense it back down on console, and that did not work out for them, hence the in-game streaming issue. They also cited COVID restrictions that impacted the dynamic nature of their development. But let's talk a little bit about this roadmap here, okay? Because the roadmap was, I think, the major kick between the legs at the end of the video, where I was like, wow, things have changed. They claim in this video that there is not going to be any type of delays for the first DLCs coming to Cyberpunk 2077. But yet they show this roadmap, and I'm not complaining, by the way, because I think priority number one is fixing the game. And if you've watched a lot of my Cyberpunk content, you've heard me sit here and go, do not expect that DLC to come out soon. Like, it's not going to come out in January with a new update that's fixing the game, because what happens is you have the update that fixes something, you got this new mechanic that breaks something, and so you've created more work for yourself. Back to my original point, though, they say that there wasn't a delay to these future DLCs, but yet they're so far into the year when they were supposed to be coming in the first couple of months. So I don't know. I find that a little bit fishy. Fix what's there, then release updates. It's kind of like, I hate to say it, but a live service game. When a game releases so broken, we've seen it with that genre in particular, that they have to fix it first, and then their content they had planned out gets to roll. So later on in the year, Cyberpunk can have a bit of a resurgence, but right now it is very much work in progress, because they're showcasing that multiple hot fixes have already come out. That is true. And that multiple patches will come out within the next 10 days, as well as within the coming weeks. So one of them will be bigger than the other. The one that's coming later on will be the bigger patch of the two. But we're seeing on this roadmap here that the free DLCs have been pushed to sometime in 2021. And they said in the video that the next gen update is coming in the second half of 2021. I don't know. Am I overreacting? Am I overreacting? To me, I saw people like, thank you, CD Projekt Red. I'm like, what? The second half of 2020? What? I genuinely thought this shit was coming in the first half, at least in the first 4 months, because so many people I've read, I feel so bad. So many people on console have been saying, like, I'm just waiting for the next gen update sometime in early 2021 so I can play this game. Oh, I feel so bad for people. Imagine like buying the PS4 version, right? They tell you next gen update's coming, and it's just sitting on your shelf. People are going to have a game sitting on their shelf for like over half a year before they can actually take advantage of this. Hopefully, though, the patches will do a lot of the fixing where this game can run well for most people on older consoles, as well as in backwards compatibility mode. That is my hope. But when it comes to a next-gen update, I don't know how big and ambitious this is going to be. I'm just thinking of things like frame rate, performance, pop-in, things like that on a technical level. I don't know what else they have planned, but that's what I imagine. So maybe in my head, I just messed it up by thinking it would be coming earlier because it'd be less than. Maybe they're doing more. I'm not going to get my hopes up on that. But when I saw that it was coming the second half, I like, wow, that's so much later than I expected. So as anticipated, though, the DLC is coming a little bit later, and I think that's how it should be. I think you got to fix the game first, get the content rolling afterwards, right? Get the content coming in afterwards, getting people built up, and then the next gen update. This is very much on the path of, and I say path very specifically, it's not experiencing it, it's on the path of attempting to do kind of what No Man's Sky did. All this stuff, everything better be free. I'm sorry, but that's just how it's got to be, because No Man's Sky has released expansion after expansion, big updates, overhauls, third-person, multiplayer, base building, what have you, and it's all been free. And we know for a fact Hello Games, successful company, much smaller than CD Projekt Red, and probably less money. So I don't mean to compare and contrast two games that aren't really common in concept, but in their experience and their delivery of the product and the disappointment of consumers, I think there is a similarity there. And so I really hope that CD Projekt Red is taking a good long look at how they plan on delivering this information. I think this is a solid step at the very minimum in the terms of the accountability. The first minute of this video is all that kind of made me go, okay, cool. But after that, it was Contradictions and this roadmap. I was like, wow, fears confirmed. This game has a lot of work ahead of itself. Now, of course, as the patches roll out, as the updates roll out, I'll be testing them. I'll be talking about them. I'll be making news updates on them. I'll be right on top of things for all of you. So we'll see how things perform there. Of course, I will be picking up, now I have to, I will be picking up the console version. I tried to avoid it for a while. I was like, I'm not giving you money. I got to pick this up because I got to see exactly where the console version is going to sit after these 2 major patches that are coming to the game. And then they said they're going to update more and more as time goes on. But it's just unfortunate, right? Because I've seen people talk about, The Witcher 3 with Gwent, right? Where's the mini games in Cyberpunk? Where's like playing billiards? The wanted system where cops appear directly behind you. If you watched my last Cyberpunk video, the state of Cyberpunk 2077, you'll see I shot some people and immediately the police spawned behind me, and it was just like, this is ridiculous. It's one of those things where things like that we may have to wait a while for, or maybe not as long as I'm thinking of. Maybe that's in a significant patch. I mean, yeah, it's just one of those things where it's a long road ahead of us, and we have a lot to discuss, and it's definitely going to need a re-review, right? I think every reviewer, myself included, needs to take another look at this game when it's all said and done. I still liked it a lot, but I think when it comes to a technical level, we need to go back and reanalyze this game. Absolutely, you know me, I do a lot of re-reviews on my channel. I did one for Dragon Age Inquisition last year, Dragon Age Origins. I did one for Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, Star Wars The Old Republic. Cyberpunk 2077 is absolutely locked and loaded as a 2021 re-review for me. I don't like to do that stuff immediately because I like to do more retrospective content with those re-reviews, but I think this is a time where it demands all media. Everyone needs to focus in on this and discuss. So that'll do it for this news update. That's about all there is. 5-minute video. If you want to watch it, once again, linked in the description down below. There's a roadmap. There's a Q&A with pretty much the same exact information that you saw in the video. But I'll have it all down below if you want to check it out for yourself. These are just my thoughts on what CD Projekt Red has to say. And I'm not buying in fully on anything until I see the product itself, because already we see contradictions in the actual video. So with that, I leave it in your hands. What do you think about this? Fire away. Other than that, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. Big thank you to all of the patrons, all the members. I mean, this is already a crazy week, right? We got Star Wars. We've got Indiana Jones. We've got friggin' Fallout, the Frontier mod coming out. A lot of crazy stuff. So with that, I leave it in your hands. Let me know what you're thinking, and I'll talk with all of you soon. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.